Recently, Korea has shown excellent results in many fields and is recognized worldwide. There are various aspects to inform South Korea such as K-pop stars like BTS or Psy, Korean food, popular K culture, Korean language, etc. But at the same time, South Korea stands on the history that started from ancient times. Therefore, in order to introduce our country, it is important to know the history of the Republic of Korea.
Korea has a grand history from the first country called Gojoseon to the present day through the Three Kingdoms period, Goryeo, Joseon, and Japanese colonial period. And we have a lot of great people in our history. For example, there are King Sejong, King Gwanggaeto, General Lee Sun-shin, An Jung-geun, and Yoon Bong-gil. These are the great who many people have learned at school and remembered until now, and most of the great people we know are all males. Now, why don't we think about again? Let's recall the great women who we had learned at school. Can you name even some of them? You might not think of as many women as men. As you know, women and men have lived together at the same time and have spent a difficult time struggling to protect the country. However, the world does not remember the great woman. Therefore, today's topic is her story, which is about the strong girl soldiers that have been forgotten and ignored by the world.
In 1932, a girl was born in a village. This child was grown up learning the house chores just like the other girls. When this kid turned into a 19-year-old girl, the Korean peninsula became a battlefield and she volunteered for military service. And there were more girls who thought about volunteering like her than she expected. Not only her, but about 2,400 girls had volunteered for the army. As a nurse or a spy agent, they sometimes fought at the front of the battlefield and sometimes performed the chores in the rear. Although such a lot of girls volunteered, the number of the recently known national married women is just 1,427, which is less than 100 of the total number, which is 353,346 of the national married people. Then, where had the rest of the female volunteers gone? After the armistice, most female armies concealed the fact that they were soldiers and they lasted their previous life as housewives or the students after coming back. The female military forces were garnered at last. Whenever the fact that they were in the army was revealed, people at the time told them like, "Why are women the soldiers? They are acting out of line. That woman doesn't do the housework and just does useless things." They had to hear the terrible words like above.
Now, after 70 years, how is our life? The wage gap between men and women is large despite the same work, and women could abandon their dreams and careers for her family because they have been forced to perform woman's role. The new word glass ceiling, that means woman can't achieve more than certain level of work just for being a woman, spreads out throughout the society. Our hard story is still in progress. Women are still struggling with the world under the pressure of discrimination and oppression. We must grow up through the history and portray the future. As in the famous saying, the people who have forgotten history have no future. Their stories forgotten and neglected must be remembered by us for their efforts and sacrifices, for the better tomorrow of females who are living today, and for the more equal Republic of Korea.